no. Oh, that just ripped really bad. Okay, I have to take this down now.
If all progress teaches us anything, it is that man, in his quest for knowledge and progress, is determined and cannot be deterred. And now, a mysterious force is loose somewhere upon the sea. And the mysteries of creation are there. And the moon and the planets are there. And new hopes for peace and enlightenment are there. So we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked. And therefore, we set sail.
Hello, little friend. Hi. What can I help you with? Okay.
It's noon on day 6, and those prayers for wind I think worked because now I have wind. And did you guys know that you can fly a spinnaker upwind? I mean, it's an asymmetrical spin. I mean, I'm not actually sure if this is a symmetrical spinnaker or an asymmetrical spinnaker, but whichever it is, it's doing great work. Yeah, I don't really have anyone to teach me how to sail, and I certainly didn't have anyone that could teach me how to use a spinnaker. But I'm flying through. I mean, I'm going 2.5 knots, and that's against some current. And so, I mean, as fast as I've gone on passage, so I'm really happy about it. One fish this morning. I got a fish. Okay, fish is on. So Starlink goes away. This feels like a big fish. This feels like a very big fish. Oh, what type of fish is that? Oh. Got a fish. That's a big fish. Oh, sorry, dude. That is a good sized fish. I'm not quite sure what type of fish this is, but I'm pretty sure this is like a junk fish that people don't eat, but I don't care. I eat everything. It just means that steak's on the menu instead of mahi. I like the dark red meat sometimes. 2 big fillets. All right, let's cook it up. I mean, tell me that doesn't look like steak. You can't convince me that's not steak. I like this fish. I'm grateful for this fish. All right, bon appetit. It's good. It's like a steak. Like, I haven't had a steak in a long time. This is what a steak that tastes like to me. I love this fish. Never really get super excited when I catch a fish, because like killing a fish is sad, you know, especially like these big offshore fish. They're so like majestic and like just big. It's hard to kill them. Just give thanks for the fish, you know. I'll probably be sick of fish by the end of it. There's no way I'm gonna waste any of it. And then now I'm getting a little bit of wind. Things seem to be looking up. I just have to be sitting out here because every now and then it does that. And then I have to haul it in so that it lays out like that a little bit more. And then I can let it out again. And then, because the more I let out, the more like forward motion like the spin is using. Or like the more wind is pushing the sail forward and not just side. Because it can't really generate lift, is my understanding. It's mainly just a big parachute. I have done it. after 7 nights at sea, this is the 7th night, I've finally caught the offshore Pacific winds.
I was like east of Cervaldo, I lost wind, okay? And sailing all the way down by Cabo Pulmo, all the way down to Cabo San Jose, because these mountains right here create a huge wind shadow just east of those mountains. So there was a huge wind shadow from Isla Cervaldo all the way to Cabo San Lucas that I was stuck. And like west of those mountains, there was huge Pacific winds.
Oh, finally. I'm so happy. Oh, so happy. I'm so happy. Sailing's so funny because I notice how vast my mood swings when I'm sailing. Day 10, 10:34 a.m. 2,293 miles to go. I'm happy that I'm in double digits for the days now, and I think that I'm getting used to passage. The winds came up today, and it's back to difficulty in moving around the boat, but I don't mind it this time. I was full of energy when I woke up today. Spirits are high. It's not that the seas are high, they're just really lumpy. Really lumpy seas. And so the boat rocks back and forth like crazy. Yo-ho, yo-ho. I also haven't seen a ship in like 3 days, which is kind of cool. I am totally out here on my own. And all in all, things are going great. Like, I haven't had any huge problems. I thought I had some electrical issues because I didn't get a very good charge on my solar, and then I went and looked at my panels, and my starboard panel was absolutely covered in bird crap. Damn seabirds are at it again. So rude. So now my task for the day is to figure out how to get up on my solar panels to wipe them off, to rub all of that crap off. Squeaky clean, good as new. Hope everyone on land is doing well though. I haven't seen a ship in 3 days now. And so, just a little on me out here. Day 11, 2,210 miles to go. I feel like I have really settled into life at sea. The rocking doesn't bother me as much, and I'm getting more energy to exercise. I've noticed a change in temperature as well. I have reached 17 degrees north, and it's much warmer than 22 degrees north. I am grateful to be having this experience. Such a unique time. Also, tomorrow is Tess, my sister's birthday. I must not forget to call her. Alright. I feel like I've hit a big turning point in this passage. It is night 12 now. And I'm not sure what I want to say about night 12. I can't go that high. Day 15, and there's nothing to do, nothing to do, nothing to do. I'm bored. Nothing to do, nothing to do. I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh, I'm okay. Oh, day 15. Oh! I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. I woke up like really sad for some reason. I think it's because I'm feeling really isolated because my Starlink's not working because I'm too far offshore, I think. That's my operating theory. I'm feeling really tired. And so, I was gifted 2 packs of bacon a while back. I'm cooking up some bacon to make myself feel a little better this morning. And I think it's gonna work. Because it's bacon. Okay, feeling much better now. Bacon, eggs, coffee. Man. I remember sailors telling me before I left for this passage that food really makes or breaks the passage, and straight up, they were not kidding. To have like a good quality like comfort meal, oh man, it's like a total highlight for the day. Hello, it is day 16 of sailing across the Pacific Ocean alone, and I'm about 800 miles offshore, and I have about 1,800 miles left to go. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about my sailboat's self-steering wind vane. It's my autopilot. Let me show you how it works. Okay, so this whole aluminum frame is my autopilot. It's called a wind vane and uses zero electricity. It is all powered by wind. Not to be confused with the instrument on top of my mast, also called a wind vane, which shows which direction the wind is coming from. Here's how it works. I use this control line to change the angle that this wind paddle sits up, and I trim this paddle to have it point into the wind. So right now the wind is coming from over there, and when the boat is like perfectly balanced, then this paddle points straight up in the air. When the boat then goes off course and the paddle gets pushed over to one side, it then causes this rudder that's in the water to rotate one way or the other. So as this paddle twists through the water, all of the water pressure running past it causes it to swing on the pendulum that it's on. And there's a bunch of lines that are run from that paddle all the way back to the tiller. And so as that pendulum swings, the tiller is also swinging with it. And you can see an example of that here. As I move the tiller that way, the paddle goes together. So since the tiller, which controls the rudder and the steering of the boat ultimately, since it's coupled with that pendulum, anytime that moves and causes that pendulum to move, then the boat corrects its course. Other than my EPIRB, which is my little rescue button I need in case of an emergency, this is definitely my most important piece of equipment. After the boat is balanced and the sails are set and the wind vane is set, I can go days without having to make any adjustments. Because there's no electricity involved and it's all powered off of the wind, it does mean that if the wind changes direction, then the boat's course will change as well. So really the only thing I have to monitor is to make sure that the wind hasn't changed direction, and the wind on the ocean is so consistent and so steady that it really requires very little tending. The radio is going off right now and it's in French, and I don't know any French. They're likely many miles away, but it's the first French that I'm hearing, and I am intimidated. I don't know any French at all. I can get by on Spanish pretty easily, but French, I got nothing. So I have a whole other language to learn once I drop anchor, which... Pilot on! Yeah, I gotta learn French. I think it's day 17. Yeah, it's day 17. And I think today I'm realizing that, and this will sound silly, but I'm realizing that sailing across the Pacific is difficult mentally. I don't think that I really thought about it that much, how, like, what it would be like, or just this much time alone, especially someone like me that's like super extroverted and I'm like always looking for like to make new friends and such. And I've just been in this room for a really long time. And I've been wing on wing for a couple days now, which is the mainsails on one side of the boat and the head sails on the other side of the boat. And the pro is that makes you go fast, but there's two cons. The first con is that because the wind can't push the boat over on one side, so I'm rocking like crazy this way, back and forth, and it's really mentally taxing. And then the other downside is because I go fast, the head sail doesn't have enough wind to keep it full all the time because I'm going so fast. So the wind that the boat is experiencing is pretty light actually. And so the head sail is pumping a lot. It can't stay full. And so it like falls and then catches a big gust of wind and then pumps, and then the boat shakes. And it's bad for the rigging. And so every time that happens, I like get stressed out. because I know it's bad for like wear and tear on the rig, but I don't really have any other options. Like I could bring in the head sail, but then I'd be going crazy slow. And so I feel really stuck. I'm really tired of this point of sail. And I miss people. I noticed that my emotions are like much more primitive out here. I get angry really fast, and I never get angry ever in my normal life. Like when I'm messing with the sails and it's not doing what I want to do, I get angry. When I have like a burst of joy or happiness, I get really happy. I just like swing. Yeah, my moods swing pretty hard, which is also kind of tiring. I mean, the good news is that I'm spending a lot of this time just asleep. And also, I mean, I'm spending a lot of time on deck and in awe of the ocean. And like, I'm still having a good time. It's just not without its challenges.
I am tired. It's the fact that I have to deal with this every night that is the grating part. There ain't no sleeping when the seas are like this. Just snoozing.
Oh no! Oh, that just ripped really bad. Okay, I have to take this down now. All right, my head sail has started to rip, and so I want to fly this other sail. It's called the Genoa sail. It's much larger, but it is also ripped. Really not as badly as the other one. Just this little section, and so I'm doing some quick sail repair before I load this up. It should only take me a couple hours. I've never repaired a sail before. I have no idea how to repair a sail. But before I left Seattle, I did some cross stitch because I was like, oh, sailors need to know how to sew. I should get on that. So I'm kind of just following a cross stitch pattern. So far it looks good and it looks like it's strong. If anyone actually knows how to repair a sail, do let me know in the comments and such. I don't know what else I was gonna do today. It's not like this is keeping me from a busy schedule. That's not so bad if I do say so myself. This thing is the best. The most I had ever sewn in my life was a pillow in, I think it was like 6th grade home ec class. Did you guys take home ec class? I had like an etiquette unit where they taught us how to do like table manners and stuff. What was your guys' like home ec classes like when you were in middle school or high school? I'm curious. All right, that's my second line. I feel really good about that. That went much quicker than the first time. And it's much tidier too. The sail is set, the head is set, the foot is set, and the clew is set up with the jib lines, Genoa lines now. And I'm gonna raise the sail once the wind dies down because it is wicked crazy out here. Yeah, it's wild out here. So let's go the right. That is a job well done, and I deserve a rest. Time to go to bed. So I've never really been through a tropical squall, so I'm trying to be really like alert and just trying to hang out and observe the weather. So I'm not really worried about the boat, but maybe if it gets, like if this develops into a proper squall, I might have some trouble reaching the main. Check it out. Look at what I'm looking at. Like it's look at that, I mean that's amazing. That's beautiful. But I don't know, it's not really dark clouds ahead. I mean, it's cloudy, but like everywhere's cloudy. So maybe I'm just, you know, maybe this is a squall. Maybe I just am in a squall. Okay, it is becoming quite clear to me that I am indeed sailing into a squall. You can see very dark clouds on the horizon. So I went ahead and I reefed the main. So I have the first reef of 2 reef points in. There's not a lot of wind right now, but it's definitely picking up. Then reef my Genoa first, and then I'll put in the second reef on the main. The Genoa, I'm kind of holding off on reefing the Genoa because Genoas really don't like getting reefed, especially when going upwind. They lose their sail shape pretty quickly, and so I'll push it, but not that far. I mean, if I was like coastal cruising or just kind of normally cruising, I definitely wouldn't reef like this early, but I'm being overly cautious right now because I'm a long ways from help. But everything's going fine. It's weird sailing upwind again. I have so much experience with sailing upwind, but it's been so long. Okay, it's been like 3 minutes. I'm now reefing the Genoa. Yeah, this is, I can tell it's developing. I can feel it in my bones. I would rather reef now than reef later. I can see on the horizon the texture of the water gets darker. The texture of the water changes, which I think means like I can see higher winds just ahead of me. So I'm fully battened down and ready for high winds. Woo! First proper tropical storm. Well, I mean, we'll see if it becomes a storm. Squall for sure. Not really a storm, just a squall.
Feeling really homesick right now, but not for like the normal reasons. It's super dark and stormy out there today.
It's, oh my goodness, it's bad. And it's raining really, really hard right now. But luckily, and I love this boat, it's dry. A lot of boats leak. I mean, like, all boats leak a little bit, and like mine leaks a tiny little bit over there, but like it's not that bad. Up reading a book. I got some incense going to help with smell. I'm gonna make some coffee. And it's just so cozy. It's so cozy here. I don't have these like boards for the companionway boards, and so I just throw a towel up, this like heavy towel I got from a resort in Mazatlan, and it does great. Yeah. Okay, something really bad might have just happened. I noticed a weird sound on deck, and anytime there's ever a weird sound on a boat, you need to investigate it. I came up and I saw my Starlink being dragged behind the boat. It fell overboard and was being dragged by the boat by the wire. Luckily, the wire was wrapped around the foot and was strong enough to where I was able to haul it back in. And so I got it back. And I mean, just so much water drained out of it. And I have no idea if that's going to start up again. And because my sat phone also isn't really working anymore because I'm so far offshore. So now I don't have any way to communicate with people unless that turns on. I'm gonna wait for it to dry out a little bit, and then I'll see if it turns on. All right, this passage just changed pretty dramatically. I tried to turn on Starlink and it won't turn on because it got submerged fully. I'm like 1,400 miles away from Nukuhiva, and was really planning on being able to stay connected with people. I really like sharing my adventures, you know. I like sharing the day-to-day, and like Starlink was a huge comfort for me, being able to talk to family and loved ones and just message strangers, or have strangers message me and be able to respond to them, and like kind of create this little community on my Instagram and stuff. Because I think it was kind of taken off too when the Starlink went out. I don't have that anymore, and so this passage just got a whole lot lonelier.
Day 23, an unknown amount of miles to go. I've been plagued by stormy clouds the past few days, and my batteries have dropped to 55% at the lowest. Because they're flooded wet cell batteries, 50% is the floor. If they drop any lower than 50%, they'll become damaged. I finished my book, The Boy Who Fell from Shore. I'm feeling much more at peace about my isolation. I hope that I can catch wind to continue on my way. I still have a long ways to go.
It's nasty out. After being becalmed for like 5 days in just torrential downpour rains, with no wind, I've been caught becalmed. I hit a huge gale and now have really high winds and really heavy rains. So take a look for yourself. Yeah, I'm trying to spend as much time in this Dodger enclosure, as I can. Because it's just nasty. It's nasty out there. I have like 6 foot seas, which is really not that bad. It is soggy. I'm excited to get to lower latitudes to where hopefully I'll be out of the squalls. Had squalls for like 5 days, so I would like to see the sun again. My batteries would really like to see the sun. I am running low. I'm like, my battery bank is empty. My fridge only like turns on during the day when the little bit of voltage gets sent to the batteries from the solar, but I'm only bringing in like 30 watts at a time. It's not much at all, but it's barely enough to keep my cheese cold during the day. But at during the night, the fridge won't turn on. So my solar really, really needs sun. It's like the sailor's curse that like big weather never shows up on film. But just, y'all have to take my word for it. It's nasty out there. This is my crude yet effective water collection system. I just tied a bucket to my lifeline thing here with a couple half hitches, and this little fold in the sail, because I'm reefed, is collecting a lot of water, and it's all making it into the bucket. So in a little while that should be full, and I'm pretty excited to have some fresh water straight from nature, because my water supply hasn't been running low, but you never turn down free water. This has become an episode of extreme cooking. Typically, when you're cooking in a kitchen, the things that you put down don't move. But I'm cooking uphill right now, so it's the way it goes. Oh, nice and puffy. That's gonna keep me well fed for a day or two. It's so beautiful. I'm getting poetic. It's like through every storm, there is a sunrise. Ich vertraue dir, du zeigst mir den Weg zum Leben. Bei dir ist Freude, Freude in Fülle. So I've had rainstorms for the past 5 days. It's day 25, and today is the first day that I can like see the sky. And goodness gracious, check this out. Oh, like across the entire horizon, nothing but like incredible sunset. And after like days of storms, it's really beautiful. Man, it's gorgeous. It's turned like absolutely I mean, you can see off the water, it's turned everything orange. Yeah. The coolest thing about sunset on the ocean when it's just you is that you feel like it's a little private show. Because I mean, there's probably no one else on the planet that's seeing this, you know? I mean, except you guys now. Yeah. Oh, it's been a lot of work getting to this point. I'm about halfway done, miles wise, not days wise.